Yo, welcome everyone. This is the channel Bitcoin is now trying to break, but even if we fail and get rejected, be ready for a bounce. Now first, you can clearly see that already yesterday, this specific channel was very nicely respected. Not only it was hit to the exact dollar accuracy, but also we took the previous low for liquidity purposes. We almost perfectly tapped the 1 hourly 50 exponential moving average, but also let's go one step further because we can talk about another anchored VWAP when we anchor it exactly at this specific low. The level was once again hit to the exact dollar accuracy, and from this specific area we have already gotten a bounce of approximately 3%. And now the only question is the descending channel already going to see a successful breakout towards the upside, or was this only some kind of a fake out and we can be expecting another push down towards the area of support? And later in the video, not only we are going to talk about much higher price targets, but also what is the first important level you should be aware of in a case we are going to see a bigger rejection towards downside. But as of right now, all eyes are going to be on the most important volume level once we are measuring the entire upper price action. You can right now see that when we measure the volume of this specific descending channel, it really does look like the last volume area of resistance on Bitcoin is coming in at approximately 94,000 US dollars. If we start again trading above this specific area and do see acceptance above the volume level, bullish indication, and we are for sure looking for higher, and that simply means our long positions are going to be even more in profit. My Bitcoin long position as of right now, almost 700% in a pure profit. Ethereum also, and additionally, on the USDT yesterday got quite a significant push towards the upside, but later in the video, yes, I do need to share with you exactly what has been happening with the XRP price because we are really trying to break a major diagonal area of resistance, and I'm going to show you the exact level you should right now be aware of. But nevertheless, yesterday I got a lot of hate because I started talking about a potential bigger ABC correction and a massive rejection from this specific golden Fibonacci ratio. It really does look like that right now that Bitcoin is pushing higher. Everyone wants to see another all-time high. Now, of course, I am not saying we cannot hit the all-time high. That is going to be, of course, an ideal scenario. However, what if we actually do see a bigger rejection from the golden Fibonacci ratio? And yes, later, I'm even going to show you exactly what was happening back in July, exactly when the Fear and Greed Index was trading at approximately the same area. But nevertheless, people that are as of right now already expecting a brand new all-time high are probably paying attention to this exact chart from Titan of Crypto. And he's right now showing a chart and the path to 135,000 US dollars. It really does look like we got right now some kind of a push down directly towards the previous all-time high. And from this specific support area, technically speaking, or should I say historically speaking, Bitcoin usually does see another significant push up towards the 1-to-1 Fibonacci extension level. In that case, we should right now, yes, really expect a brand new all-time high and the price target of 135,000 US dollars. Now, of course, this right here can be an ideal scenario, a bullish scenario. And of course, I am really looking forward if this is actually going to happen. I am positioned very well with my long positions, but nevertheless, what if this specific scenario is not going to play out? Remember, nothing in the market is 100%, and that is why we really need to talk about right now this specific scenario and the crypto fear and greed index. But before we do so, I would really appreciate if you right now smash up the like button because 1,000 likes are really imminent, and additionally, thank you for subscribing to the channel. Now, let me share with you exactly at what area is crypto fear and greed index trading at the moment, because when we are scrolling up right here, it does look like a lot of people right now started being greedy. everyone that is right now commenting under my post and saying that this right here is impossible is right now really not in a good position, because if it's going to come true and Bitcoin does see a bigger push towards downside, of course, most are not going to survive something like this. Now, when we go with the crypto fear and greed index, it does look like potentially we can find a very similar scenario also in the past, and it does look like back in July 2024. I also do remember this specific price action quite well, because a lot of people, when Bitcoin was trading exactly at this specific area, of course, they were not only bullish. The crypto fear and greed index was definitely in the greed area, but additionally, I remember exactly that because we got this specific push towards the upside, people were already calling for another all-time high. And to be honest, I would really like to say that this specific push towards the upside we are right now seeing for Bitcoin does remind me exactly towards this specific area. Now, of course, once again, yes, a push towards the upside, towards a brand new all-time high, it is definitely possible. However, I want to de-risk myself at the next major price target of approximately 95 and 96,000 US dollars. Of course, I am still going to remain in my long positions. However, I need to pay myself, I need to de-risk myself, and maybe even fire another bigger short or a sell position on the Bitcoin chart itself. And right now, let's zoom back into the market right here on the 1 hour time frame, because I want to share with you, what if this specific breakout right now it is going to fail? Bitcoin does not see a push toward the upside, but actually we do see another rejection at the value area high. What is going to be the first support level you should right now be aware of, and what you're right now going to see? And what we already mentioned before is that Bitcoin got a perfect bounce at the anchored VWAP already yesterday after taking the liquidity below the recent low. And right now, if we are making another anchored VWAP on our chart, you're clearly going to notice that yes, this specific anchored VWAP is as of right now aligning very nicely at the bottom of this specific descending channel. So I would say like that, if we right now do see another push towards downside, as we already said yesterday, this specific area is a very important one, because we do have some kind of an area of consolidation exactly right here. The anchored VWAP, historically speaking, it has been very nicely respected, and that is simply why I would definitely say if we do see another push down, I would be expecting some kind of a bounce at approximately 91,000 US dollars for Bitcoin to then finally see another push towards the upside, and of course also another higher high. And what is right now going to be our next important target you should definitely be aware of? Of course, it is going to be not only the liquidity level, not only the weekly high-term time frame area of resistance, but of course also the major golden Fibonacci ratio that we are making using the all-time high and literally the exact low right here. So a no-joke level is coming up for Bitcoin, and definitely I would say this specific scenario, it is possible. It is actually going to happen, only time will tell, but nevertheless, I definitely am not guessing, I am paying myself, and of course also, I am not straight away calling for a brand new all-time high, as majority of people are as of right now doing. We need to be prepared, we need to manage our risk, and of course also acknowledge, yes, we can go up, we can go down, but because it's a major area of resistance, I would definitely say, ideally, we are looking for a short or a sell position at approximately 96,000 US dollar area. And that is why, if you want to get a free 8,560 US dollar bonus without KYC and without VPN, click the second link down below in the description, because Bitunix exchange is right now giving to you 10 US dollars completely for free, only on a sign up, and additionally deposit on your account, because you're going to get a 20% deposit bonus. Now, of course, the more you're going to trade, the bigger rewards you're going to get, but unfortunately, this specific campaign is only valid by the end of April 2025. So you have only 5 more days left for you to get the 10 USDT bonus right here, and the 20% deposit bonus once you're going to click the first link down below. No KYC, no VPN, make an account and deposit on your account. Now, additionally, let's talk about the liquidation levels, because those specific levels that you right now see on the 3-day chart are really acting as magnets on the Bitcoin chart itself. Now, it does look like we have quite a lot of liquidations exactly above the the highs at approximately 94,900 US dollars, where millions of short positions are going to get squeezed. But not only that, a lot of liquidations are also lower at approximately 90,000 US dollar area. So that is why I would definitely say, ideally, first of all, I want to see another push toward the upside. Hit our major price target, take the liquidity above the recent high, and only then do see a bigger rejection, maybe even below our recent close right here, towards the area of 65,800 US dollars. Of course, as of right now, many people will probably not survive such a big move towards downside if it's actually going to occur, but nevertheless, I really want to say right here, manage your risk correctly, because yes, we can be expecting a brand new all-time high according to this specific chart, but on the other hand, if we are actually forming a bigger ABC correction, trust me, people are not prepared for that. And yes, then we are going to be looking at this specific data right here, talking about people getting absolutely wrecked and absolutely destroyed. So I really don't want you to be one of those people that is going to be liquidated in a case of such an event of this specific push towards downside. Now, additionally, let's also talk about another very important chart, because a lot of people have been asking me, what do I expect to happen with XRP or Ripple? Yes, once we are zooming out on the weekly or actually on the daily time frame and applying the logarithmic scale, it does look like that literally as of right now, we are trading exactly at the top of this specific trend line area of resistance. If we are going to be able to see breakouts towards the upside, happy days for XRP. Let's look for even higher targets, but most probably right now you're wondering, what are going to be our higher targets, and also where potentially we can be then looking for some kind of a brand new position, because of course we need to be realistic. At the area of resistance, no way we are looking for another long position, and to be honest, I'm holding a long position on XRP from approximately 1.77 US dollars, which you're actually going to see approximately at the exact low. I was buying XRP, not only XRP, I was also longing on the USDT, which yesterday got quite a significant push towards the upside. We were buying literally exact lows on Ondo, on XRP, on Ethereum, and also on Bitcoin itself. And as of right now, of course, I am telling to you, I am going to pay myself if we see higher targets, of course, even better. But of course, because we potentially can still be expecting a bigger push towards downside, I want to pay myself and take some profits. But let's right now go back into the XRP chart, because if we do see right here a successful breakout, you should really be aware of some major areas of resistances. And this specific level is going to come in at 2.43 US dollars, and it's aligning almost perfectly with the golden Fibonacci ratio, with the anchored VWAP from the all-time high right here, and additionally the biggest volume cluster of the entire upper price action. It is aligning exactly with the golden pocket, with the anchored VWAP, and also with the weekly high-term time frame area of resistance. So this specific level is a major level you should really be aware of if XRP in the next couple of days does actually see a successful breakout out of this specific trend line. Make sure you have an alert right here, 2.4 US dollars for XRP. Now on Ethereum, actually, once we are zooming out on the weekly time frame, or actually on the daily time frame, it does look like that at the moment we are still quite far away from the major diagonal area of resistance, and once it's going to be hit, it is also going to align with the monthly high-term time frame area of resistance. So definitely not an area where we are going to be buying, but only where we are going to be paying ourselves on XRP, on Ondo, on Ethereum, and of course also on Bitcoin. That is why I am telling to you, if you want to get a free bonus without KYC and without VPN, click the second link down below in the description, make an account on BitUnix, because you're going to get 10 USDT completely for free, and then deposit, because you're going to get a 20% deposit bonus only for the next 5 days. And also right now, thank you for smashing up the like button.